Hey Coach, Bill Burnett here with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and we're talking once again about the marks of a Christian coach. And we're using a tool that has been provided by Cross Training Publishers called Call to Coach, and we're indebted to them. I want to talk to you about a coach is energetic. Now that's their terminology, but I'm going to add content also. And I think these two things go together for sure, and I'll show you as we move along here. The verse that I want to use is Philippians 4:13, and that is that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. At the age of 38, Dick Vermeil was at the top of the college football world. He had had a great career out west, but then decided he wanted to be the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's quite a move. But 5 years later, his Eagles were in the first Super Bowl, and he was named the NFL Coach of the Year in 1980. But he retired the first time around in 1982, citing severe burnout. Now, what happened to Coach Vermeil? Also, in more recent days, Urban Meyer, who was coaching at Florida, made a decision in 2010 to step down as the head coach of the Florida Gators after a very successful career, citing overall the overall grind of coaching and the toll that it's taken on my personal life. Now, coaches like Meyer enjoy the benefits that come with coaching, but they also struggle to find time in their lives to spend with their families and other important things that they might want to accomplish. Because it's a 24/7 kind of job especially during the season. And so I know that's what Coach Meyer was dealing with for sure. The Apostle Paul faced both weariness and every kind of trial during his mission trips. But he relied upon the Lord for his energy. And Paul said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, in Philippians 4:13. That's why he was able to write in verse 12, the verse just previous to 4:13, I know how to be brought low and I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. Paul would not be controlled by his body. The key to running the Christian race is the endurance that we have when we have that kind of mindset, that we can do all things through Christ. Urban Meyer returned to coach at Ohio State, but before he did, he made a contract with his family, which included such things as I'll eat 3 meals a day, I'll regularly exercise, I'll see my family, and limit the number of hours that I spend coaching. That's pretty amazing, huh? Let's hope that he's keeping the contract. Philippians 4, verses 10 through 13. I want to read those and again make my point with this particular passage of Scripture. I rejoice in the Lord greatly, Paul says, that now at length you have revived your concern for me. You were indeed concerned for me. He's in prison. They should have been concerned for him. But you had no opportunity to aid me. Not that I am speaking of being in need, for I have learned in whatever situation that I'm in to be content. I know how to be brought low. I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You see, the Apostle Paul learned the secret of contentment, and that is that he will focus his attention upon Christ and not his circumstances. 1 Timothy 6:6 says, godliness with contentment is great gain. Most people seek contentment and assume that it comes when they don't have any problems. You know, they really are trying to get rid of all their problems. But since that's not possible, there's never going to be content either. And so you cannot try to get rid of your problems in order to be content. But it's being content within the difficulty and the circumstances that you're in. True contentment is being able to be satisfied and content no matter what it is that you're facing. That's the kind of contentment that God offers through Jesus Christ. Our sufficiency comes from being attached to the sufficient one. As Christian coaches, we're not to be self-sufficient, but we are to be Christ-sufficient. We are linked to His life and linked to His power in us. And in that way, we will have the sufficiency that we need. Look, I can do all things through Him who strengthens me, Paul says once again. It means we're connected to Christ so that He lives in us. God promises to provide supernatural strength in every circumstance we're in. Coach, have a great week and be content and energetic.